ready to bear our fate. Too short away beyond the city and the plants to a lonely forest in the foothills of great mountains. There they began their new life. They dined on trees, roads and fish and tried not to speak of Baghdad or affairs of a caliph. One afternoon the storks wandered into a different part of the forest. How gloom and silent is here, not even a rustle of leaves. Just then a quick tap 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 made them jump. They turned to see a woodpecker hunting for worms in the bark of a tree. To their amazement, tears flowed from the woodkeeper's eyes. Good woodkeeper, why do we weep? Why should I not? You were born a bird and have known no other life, but I am a princess. The evil Soccer Hadur threw this spell upon me, for I would not marry him, and a bird I must remain till another man asks me to wed. Imagine a man proposing to a bird. Do you see now what I weep? I do, but how did you come to this forest? In the soccer himself hereabouts. The keeper pointed with her brick. There's a clearing nearby. He meets there every night with the magicians. Come, Ali Ben Manzar, we may find a way to help our little friend, and perhaps ourselves as well. Making their way through the drinking forest, the Caliph and his vizier reached a wide rocky cycle where no plant grew. They hid themselves in the boughs of each and waited for the gathering dark. As the moon rose and cast in lights into the clearing, for cloakmen entitled the circle by different paths, she built a fire on a tall, flat rock in very center and sat cross-legged around it. Then the flames leaped, and the fifth cloaked figure stood among them. The magicians touched their heads to the ground. Hail Hadur, greatest of sorcerers, by the birth of the prophet, it's the peddler who sold us the box. Before the Storks could recover from this surprise, there was another. It was the clatter of hoofs into a clearing road of Khalid's brothers Omar. Greetings, sorcerer. Greetings, glorious lord. And how do you fare in the city of Baghdad? Excellently, the people long for their old ruler, but they learn to fear me and obey. As for you, sorcerer, you have well earned your reward. Israel Khadur a golden pouch, which clinked as the soldiers caught it. But you have not yet told me, how did you get rid of my brother? Nothing easier, glorious lord. I disguised myself as a peddler and sold me a box of magic snuff. Your brother and his dog of a vizier changed himself most obligingly into storks. I even provide the word of this judgment, or nearly so. What do you mean? I read two letters. I wrote Kasavair instead of Kalasavair. The soccer laughed till he choked. A true master, I will have need of your services again. He spurred his horse and raced from the clearing. Now to work. We have spells to prepare. There will be no spells tonight. All that the man heard was Kalab, Kalab, but two storks were suddenly upon them, clambering them with strong wings, patching them with sharp beaks. It's the Caliph and Vizier. And Hadur fled from the clearing, his magician close behind. Should we not follow glorious word? No, Ayuben Manzar, we have spells to undo. Even as he spoke, the woodkeeper appeared beside him. What was that noise? You show no present to dear princess. Then drawing an anxious breath, he cried, Kawasav, Kalasavair. A fire of wings, breaks, and features, and then in palace of two storks stood the Caliph and Vizier. The Caliph turned to the astonished woodkeeper. Princess, will you honor me by becoming my wife? Another flair of features, and there stood a young woman of swing figure and dancing eyes. The honor will be mine. The next day they brought horses at a nearby village and rode into Baghdad. By the time they reached the palace, Joyous crowd has gathered behind them. Open the gate! The gate opened just as Omar appeared in the palace yard. When Omar saw the Caliph, he turned the color of parchment. Seize him! The guard dragged Omar before the Caliph. Brother, spare my life! For your treason I should hear you, but instead I will banish you by ship to the farthest end of the earth. By the breath of the prophet on the voyage you will eat nothing but toads and snails. And so the Caliph regained his throne and gained a lovely wife besides. And if he seems to know even more about these people than before, no one guesses how. How would they? For few even noticed a pair of storks they soared off on many of afternoon above the streets of Baghdad. The Caliph saw much more than we, but how much more does Allah see? Thank you.